Yo, what is up guys? Joker here bringing you another video. This time going over Hero Siege, the ARPG that I've been recently playing in my downtime waiting for other ARPG updates. They recently launched their Season 6 and they have an 80% discount currently going on, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I have 40 hours in the game so far and I have been loving it. They seemed to have grabbed a lot of the good features from a bunch of ARPGs and just smashed them together. So I'm going to try to speedrun a bunch of the things that I like about the game, because I've tried recording this video a couple of times and it keeps going over 20 minutes. And I don't want it to go over 20 minutes, so let's get right into it. If you decide to purchase the game, once you launch the game, you'll see a really cool option of play locally. They have an offline mode that you can play, which is a feature that a lot of ARPGs don't even have nowadays. So I found that really cool. If you want to play the seasonal game mode, you are going to have to play online. However, once you hit the play online and create your account, it's going to have you log in. Once logged in, it's going to take you to the character creation screen, and you have 22 character slots, and there's 22 character types, I believe, so far. So you would go ahead and click one and it would take you to the character classes. This essentially works a lot like Last Epoch or Path of Exile, where there's like your character class and then there's like an ascendancy, kind of, right? Each character has essentially two ascendancies or two archetypes that you can lean into and play as. I believe you can mix and match these. I just believe that's not really recommended. So like, let's say the pirate as example, she plays as the gunner or the plunderer. You can have fire damage and cannonballs, or cold damage and a parrot minion alongside additional magic find. I chose the Demon Slayer because they looked super Devil May Cry with a big ass sword and a gun, and it gave me the option of playing as a gunslinger or an executioner. From there, you would click seasonal if you want to play seasonal. This is obviously seasonal game mode. Works at the same as every other seasonal game mode in every other ARPG. So it's a completely fresh economy reset and all of that. New characters. Then you have the ability of playing hardcore. Once again, exactly same as everything else. You have one life. Oh, and it even gives you like a breakdown when you click it. I just noticed that. And then Odyssey is essentially solo self-found. Right, so you choose your character and then you will be brought back here. It'll say level 1 character. You click your character, it brings you to the customization window, which once again is super cool. It adds customizability to your character so you don't have to look like everyone else. This game has pay for convenience as well as MTX. Those are the only microtransactions it has. It has no pay to win aspects. So anything that you can buy from the shop is just a cosmetic. You're not going to get any player power from it. You get a free pet. I believe you get this duck for free. If not, once you clear a chaos tower, which is pretty much ultimatum, you get this tower pet. I don't even know what I did to get this burning modem or burning tower thing. I don't even know what I did. Oh, can you rename your pet? Holy shit, you can rename your pet as well. That's pretty cool. Then it has the mercenaries, much like D3. And then, like I said, just a bunch of cosmetics. You can change how your UI looks with the colors and everything. So you go into the game, and it's going to bring you to the world creation menu. This is essentially how you're going to create your own world / play with other players in up to a 4-man party. You hit create game and it's going to start you out in normal. This works essentially the same as Torment works in Diablo. Each level, the mobs get harder but more rewarding, right? You get more loot from them. As you can see right here in Hell, you get monsters have 125% life, 5% more damage, 60% res, 40% leech resistant, blah, 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 and 80% magic find. As I increase the difficulty, the mobs just become more rewarding. So we're going to go back down to Hell 1. You have to beat the game in normal to unlock Nightmare, beat it in Nightmare to unlock Hell, and then so on. Then once you beat Hell, you unlock up to Hell 3. Once you beat Hell 3, you can go to Hell 5. And then I think there's like some kind of uber bosses that you have to kill to unlock Inferno. Since my character is still relatively weak, and I'm still learning how the game works, I can only clear Hell 1 like effectively right now. So we're going to go into that. I'm going to set a password, my server region, and this allows your friends to join without the password. So this makes it so randoms can't join you, but your friends can join you super easy. You can play with up to 4 people like I was mentioning. Once you click that, it's going to go ahead and bring you into the world. Once you join, let's say you're on normal difficulty, essentially how it works is you go through the zones, you kill a boss, next starting town, and then you go through the zones, kill a boss, right? It's essentially the same progression as every ARPG. You go through a couple zones, you kill a boss, you go to the next act town, you go through a couple zones, kill a boss, rinse and repeat until you get to this boss at the end of, I want to say it's Act 7. And then at that point, you would go ahead and you would hit save and exit, and then you would remake the world in Nightmare, rinse and repeat. Everything would be harder. Items would drop, more valuable items would drop, stuff like that. Now, getting into a couple of the things that I enjoy about the game. This game has a really good built-in index that shows you essentially how everything works, as well as where you can target farm items if they are target farmable. Like Steve's Mighty Sword right here, you farm it in Shiponia, which is a special side zone you craft. Think of it like the cow level in G3, right? And this allows you to see all the aspirational items essentially, right? As well as it gives you the drop rates of items in relation to your current magic find, which is huge because it kind of essentially shows what's your chance of finding this item. You can see how lucky and or unlucky you got, and then it pretty much just breaks everything down. If there's an augment, it shows you what it does and so on. So it has really good index. Vote reset is how you're essentially going to be resetting zones. We have the customization, and then we have the shop. This game also has a built-in loot filter that has a couple of decent presets, as well as it's really easily customizable. And once you understand how it works and the items that you're looking for, you're going to really appreciate this, as well as it has a couple of other things, right? It has a DPS counter, it shows your HP bar, it shows damage, energy gain, EXP gain, damage, all of this stuff, right? Super good quality of life that I wish some other ARPGs had. It has combat dummies, which is super dope because more ARPGs need to put in combat dummies. As you can see, my DPS over here. Now, we can go ahead and take a look at something else. This game also has a auction house once you get to Act 3, something that other ARPGs, Path of Exile 2, should really implement. And I think this works just fine, right? You're able to look up items by name, as well as you are able to go ahead and look up items by essentially every modifier, right? So if you're looking for specific items, it's super easy. I think PoE 2 should steal this exact auction house, right? This works really, 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 really well. And I hate that we don't have one in PoE 2, but that's besides the point, right? So we went over a couple of things. Apart from that, there is a mercenary that you can hire. Just like the D3 mercenaries, they work exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same, but you can kit them out in gear. Did my mercenary die? Did you die? Oh my God, you died. When did you die? Oh well. They'll essentially do a bunch of quality of life for you. Like this guy is a tank. There's a guy that you can find here. And you can hire the archer. The archer is going to be, I'm assuming, DPS. I'm using the tank because I just want him to pull aggro away from me. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Apart from that, we went over how you progress. We went over the world tiers. The items work pretty cool. They go from D to double S tier, and that's going to be determining the modifiers on them, like the values. Like a double S item can have just much higher tier modifiers on it than a D rank modifier. This is going to be most important for things like bases, right? Item bases, much like Path of Exile, Last Epoch. The higher tier the base, the higher tier the modifiers, higher tier the base stats of that item are going to be, and the higher the modifiers can roll. It has rune words like in Diablo 3, and then the items have, I want to say, 7 tiers. It goes normal, magic, rare, and then it goes mythic, satanic, set items. Satanic and set items share a tier, I believe, and then angelic. And I think there's something else above there. Like I may be wrong with the tiers there, but I'm only 40 hours in the game. I am a new player, so take it with a grain of salt. Items, super cool. Super dopamine when you drop cool items. Like the items all drop identified, well, not identified, but you're able to see what they are. That is a terrible description. So essentially items will drop like this, and it works like synthesis mods kind of in Path of Exile, where essentially when you find a base of an item, it's going to have some affixes already on it as like pseudo implicits, and white items are the only items that can have rune words on them. So that's where like the synthesis reference comes in, is it's like you get the synthesis base and then you throw in the rune words as like finishing crafting the item, right? And then you have obviously the magic, the rare, and the mythic items, which drop like normal items with random modifiers on them. As they go up in tier, they get more and more modifiers on them. I want to say it's like magic has like 2 modifiers, rare has like 3, and then mythic has like up to 5. Or rare has 3 to 4 and mythic has up to 5. I don't know. I haven't seen a mythic item with over 6 modifiers on it, so I believe that's the cap. Then you go into locked items, right? These are going to be the uniques. This is going to be the satanic, the set items, the heroic. I was forgetting heroic, and angelic, right? Angelic would be like T0 uniques from what I'm understanding, if not rarer. Besides that, we have a charm system, which works like the idols in Last Epoch, right? These come in those same 7 tiers, I'm assuming. This video is already 13 minutes. Did I cover everything that I wanted to cover? I believe I did. TLDR, check out the game. It's super cool. We have several weeks into other ARPG updates anyways, and I feel like if you enjoy D3, if you enjoy Last Epoch, PoE, D4, any of these games, you're going to really enjoy this. Maybe not PoE 2, because of the fact that the playstyle is more along the lines of D3, where it's fast paced and actually fun, as opposed to the slower playstyle that they're trying to go for PoE 2. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and future content. I know this was kind of a ramble, but I didn't know how I wanted to format this. Sorry. But yeah, take care.